86 is a bad anime. Let me explain why I think this. Also, I feel as though before I can go into what my gripes are with this anime, I should give you a lowdown on what the premise is. So it's about the 86, which is like, if you watch Code Geass or a lot of other anime, it's basically racism. Because they're forced, apparently it's implied that there was hundreds of thousands at 86, and then they were forced to fight this war. They're still in this war in this anime, that's what it's about. It's about war. Which is cool, if I'm not exposed to it every single episode and constantly reminded. It's like, hey, if you forgot, this is about racism. And it's like, damn, hey, look, I get it, but like, can I get something else, please? Like, I want, like, a side of chips or something with my chicken. Like, I don't constantly want one course a meal. So basically, I'll explain the premise. As I said, it's the 86. They're forced to fight this entire war. And then the Alba, the people that put them out to this war, they have handlers. It's not even that many. I'd say maybe there's 20. I don't know the exact number. It seems like there's barely any at all that want to do this job. It just so happens the main character is sympathetic to these 86. Who'd have thought? The first one in 4 years that is sympathetic that we know of. She just went under astronomical character development to somehow in her brain think that she's sympathetic to these 86. It's like, come on. Really? Like, she's the only character in the Alba that at least is in this empire, which who knows how many people are in this empire. Like, I don't know, it seems like a lot. Like, I'm not gonna say it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, because I don't think it is. But it's a big number, you know? Like, you would think there was more. But no, it's just the main character. It's just the main character. And maybe a few along the way, but like, it's really not even relevant until ages and like, honestly, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say this anime is terrible, but it was just a huge fucking waste of time for me. Honestly, season 1, it was pretty solid. I have some gripes with it still. I'm still like, there's a few things that piss me off, but the peaks, I can kind of overlook some of them. The peaks are good. Honestly, I was close to crying a few times. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I was close a few times, you know? I nearly cried at it a couple times. I really did. But then you get to season 2. And it's garbage! Okay, so let me go into further detail about the premise of season 1. So, as I've said, they're forced to fight this war, 86. And basically, these Alba, they spit on the 86 every chance they get. Well, rightfully so, I guess. And then the 86, they're on the front line, they're outside the walls. Like, you know, it's like if Attack on Titan, they force these people outside the walls. Yeah, they're just chilling there. They're going down in numbers, but who cares? They're 86. They officially don't have human rights. They don't have human rights. They've like somehow erased their human rights. So on paper, they're not even humans. So they're like less than livestock. So that's how the Alba can kind of, at least the Empire can put it away. And then they're forced to fight this huge empire once upon a time that got overthrown by the robots they made. And now the robots that they made, the empire that got destroyed, is roaming the lands and just killing everything. So then the 86 are forced to fight these people, and they do for whatever reason. Why? Like, are you serious? I would just sit down on the ground and die. Like, I wouldn't. And they don't even have good mechas. Like, if you didn't know, this is a show about mechas, okay? Like, they're forced to fight in mechas, but like, they're like rust buckets. They can kill them, but they're all under leveled. So basically, you find out the Alba just put them out there to die. They didn't actually expect them to win. They hope they can hold out, but they don't expect them to win. So it's like, why? And most of the 86 know this fact. They know they're just out there to die. So why? Look, I get it, it's an anime, but like, come on, really? And look, I didn't even get to the part I'm pissed off most about it. There's still a lot of gripes I had with this. Alright? So basically, one of the sympathetic girl I told you about earlier that is sympathetic towards the 86, she gets assigned to the quote-unquote Suicide Squad. Alright? And there's Undertaker that is infamous for making the handlers go AWOL, commit suicide, and everything under the sun. You know? So these handlers, none of them wants to take the Undertaker, and there's a lot of mysteries, but honestly, it's not worth the payoff. So anyway, getting back on topic, Lena, this sympathetic handler, talks to them every night, and they seem cool. So you're like, whoa, what was the 2 episodes before this explaining how badass they are? And honestly, like, it's cool. It just, I can't get over the facts. Lena is the most useless person. Look, I get it, that's part of the story. But come on, episode 10? You're making me wait till episode 10 for her to do anything. Because at least because, oh my god, the amount of whining this girl does as well. She whines damn near every single 5 minutes, she whines. And like, explains how useless she is and she can't do anything. And oh my god, I just can't deal with it sometimes. I'm just like, please do something. And she doesn't even do anything of real worth. Like, I'm legitimately getting tilted talking about this anime. Like, I'm getting tilted talking about this anime. What annoys me about this character is she whines all the fucking time. And it pisses me off. Because she's so useless. And yeah, that's the anime. Like, the character development is that she can't do anything. And I get it, but like, come on. Episode 10? It's like, it's episode 10 until she does anything of worth, remotely of worth. Because, at least like, my thing is, you could say the same about like Deku, oh, they whine all the time. Takemichi whines all the time. Like, why is it different now? Because at least they get results. You know, like, I can confidently say, 80% of the fights Takemichi and Deku was in, they contributed to that W. They got that W. Even though they whined, they got that W. Like, Lena does not contribute to a thing until episode 10. They could have won every single fight without her. They didn't need her. So it's like that, and I'm like, alright, whatever. Also, it's just like another small thing that kind of annoys me. And like, I wish they did this differently. Maybe this is some other person's thing. Like, I'm fine with that. Facts, like, this could just not be my thing. And I'm complaining about nothing. I'm fully aware of this. But basically, it's like One Piece episodes. Was it One Piece? I think it was One Piece. Where they have like a 10-minute recap. And then they get into the episode. It's basically like that. So basically, they have these recaps. And they go through perspectives, right? So they show the 86's, the Suicide Squad side, for like, I'd say 5 to 8 minutes. And then they decide to go to Lena's side and recap the pretty much 80% of the conversation that we already watched. But now it's just from Lena's side. Why couldn't they just like do every other anime and like switch perspectives like while they're talking? No, they had to be extra. They had to be really extra by running through 8 minutes of dialogue and then going to Lena's side and going through the exact same dialogue. Okay, admittedly, it's not the exact same dialogue. Most of it is skipped out, like 50% of it is skipped out. And the more important bits are highlighted. But still, I just feel like it's too much. Like, I don't like how the anime is built like that. Alright, okay, that's pretty much all my gripes I can think of for season 1. And I'm talking all this shit, but I like season. I can overlook it because honestly, it was an emotional ride. It was pretty good. It was like a 7 to 8 out of 10, season 1. Season 2 is what inspired me to make this video, honestly. It's so boring. It's a total snooze fest. So these 86, basically some shit goes down. They finally get the bright idea to escape. They finished their last mission. They escaped. I'm not gonna say who's left. So I'm like, alright, cool. And honestly, season 1 ended off on a pretty good note. But I'm halfway through season 2 because there's 6 episodes out and it's a total snooze fest. Like, I don't care about what's going on right now. And there was a lot of glimpses out of that in season 1. They just ramped it up for season 2. I could not care less about season 2 right now. And I want to care. Oh yeah, okay, so there was another small gripe. Sometimes there's these huge plot points that you think are very important to the story. So you're invested. There's like a 5-minute clip, 3-minute clip, and you're like, you want to see how this like spans out. But I swear to God, there's been like 3 moments where it goes to a plot point, the plot point goes to its peak, and then it just ends, and then time skips 2 months later. No, you're gonna show me this like this huge moment. At least let it play out for a minute. Like, let me just show me what happens. And there's a lot of moments that are just implied what happens. That just shows you, it's like, oh yeah, that happens. Like, you're meant to guess in some of these moments. Like, it's kind of implied, so you're meant to read into it. No, I want you to tell me what happened. Maybe that's because they had to shorten it, I don't know. So yeah, season 2 continues on with these 86. They found a new country. Who'd have thought? And basically, they spend a month, they're in this place, blah, 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 blah. And then they go back out to the battlefield. And I'm at episode 6, and it's so boring. Like, I physically can't. But like, I talk all this shit, and honestly, I'm not opposed. Like, if season 2 somehow gets better, look, I'm gonna still probably watch. Unless it goes down even more, then maybe I'll think about not watching. But we're up to episode 6 now, and season 2. It's the most boringest shit I can barely sit through. They prolong shit so much. So I hope to God season 2 gets better. And, you know, I'm not above admitting I'm wrong. You know, like, if season 2 somehow turns into a banger, shit, I'll make a video. I'll make a video fully admitting I'm wrong and where I fucked up. But like, through 6 episodes, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, we'll find out. Yeah, anyway, I guess the video is ending now. But I pretty much only made this video because I just wanted to vent about how mad I was. Because I thought to myself yesterday about how mad I was. And there was a lot of points that I was just pissed about. Because I spent a day and a half watching this. I binged it. So I had a lot invested into this anime. I was more invested than I probably should have been. So I just needed someone to vent to, honestly. And if you have any opinions, if you think my opinion is shit, that's completely fine. Comment it below, we'll discuss it. Just know I am the baseline for opinions. Yeah, I just thought I'd warn you. You know, if you try to have a different opinion. No, okay, I'm playing. Obviously, I'm playing. Okay, don't take it too seriously. Don't cancel me on Twitter. And yeah, I guess I'll end now. Those are all the plot points that really describe my gears. If I think of any others, I'll probably put it in the video somewhere. I'll see you guys later.